Have you all gone mad? Genuine question. People following the Summer Wells case, have you all gone a little bit mad? Because I think I have. There's a famous case over here. I mentioned it in passing a few times, and I did talk about it a bit more on the podcast. It's the murder of Sophie Toscan de Plantier. A man called Ian Bailey was accused and was the prime suspect. I'm not going to go into it as I won't be able to stop myself from talking. But if you don't know and you want to check out the West Cork podcast. It's one of the best true crime podcasts you'll ever listen to. I am biased because I know the area and I have had some communication with people involved in the case. But this isn't niche to Ireland, this is all over the world. People love this because it's so well done. It wasn't exclusive to Audible for years, but a year or so back they released it on all platforms, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. I'll put a link to it down below in the description box. If you're not into podcasts, they're not your thing, there's a Netflix documentary called Sophie, A Murder in West Cork. They do misrepresent a lot of facts. The narrative, the story, they're a bit sneaky in some of the scenes and stuff like that. It's a high quality production, but it's poor work. A better TV doc is Murder at the Cottage, which is on Sky UK. You probably can find that online if you look hard enough. Jim Sheridan did this one. Jim is class. He's a playwright, a director, a national treasure. He's been nominated for 6 Oscars. He did movies like My Left Foot, In the Name of the Father, In America, loads more. He's also very good friends with 50 Cent and directed and produced Get Rich or Die Trying. That's a story for a different day though. But it's been over 25 years since this murder. These 2 docs are relatively new. A lot of books also, loads of people have dived into this case. It has everything, police scandals, affairs, unreliable, crazy witnesses. Don't get me started on Marie Farrell. Anyway, there's a lot to this case. Anyone that knows it knows what I'm talking about. Just mad drama. Ian is the self-confessed prime suspect. Also worth noting, he is convicted in a French court of the murder of Sophie. But that whole thing is a bit weird. The French justice system is a bit weird. They don't have reasonable doubt as far as I know. It's an intimate conviction. And what that means is, what do you believe in your heart? In your heart of hearts? What do you believe? And there's a big difference between that and guilty beyond reasonable doubt. And even in that case, a lot of the evidence they had was retracted and it was a mess, shambles. But look at me here now, going down a rabbit hole, back to summer. Ian has coined a phrase called IKB syndrome. IKB is his initials, Ian Kenneth Bailey. It's when people writing books, directors of movies, podcasts, anyone getting involved in the case and maybe is communicating with him, he's seen a lot over the years and he's coined IKB syndrome. And what that is when people get so far into the case, they go a bit mad, they go a bit loopy. This is probably very common in a lot of long-term big cases, and of course typical Ian to call it after himself. He loves the attention. But I was thinking about it again during the week with Summer's case, because it does feel like a shift the last 2 weeks. This case has always been crazy, but the last 2 weeks have been just loopy. People are talking about our brothers in ways that cross the line. We have Crazy Cow Lady bringing Rose Bly back from the dead. Ernie Shell looking for donations for searching Candace's house. It's just madness. Dozens of people going live to dispel the rumours, but I wonder, are they actually spreading them a bit more? Or at very least giving clout to the people who are spreading them. But then again, it is good to get on top of these things really quickly before everyone starts running with them. And I was listening to a stream last night. I didn't listen to all of it because it's over 7 hours long, which is a day's work. I don't know how these people can manage streams like that. I'd love to know how they have the time. I only listened to about 40 minutes of it, that's all. I could feel myself getting dumber and dumber the more I listened. It was like an alternative universe. They were calling Michelle After Dark names. They came for Chasing Truth. Listen, out of all the creators you can go for in the Summer Wells case, these are not the gals. Both open-minded, intelligent, respectful people. How are they getting dragged into this? Meanwhile, we've Ernie Shell looking for donations for some sort of legal fund. It looks like a shakedown to me. And Candace is just off the rails. Missing court dates for the boys, allegedly. It's all madness. It's all madness and nonsense. How far is this going to go? I have never made a video on Chris Watts, or gone to Watts Island, as some of you call it, because it's a bit complicated. A lot of smart people have already talked about it, and they're gone a lot deeper and know a lot more than me. And there's so much in it. I'm not sure the value about talking about that stuff, But the biggest thing that puts me off talking about that is one content creator who was stuck on Watts Island. I have seen him a few times make videos saying he's never going to talk about this case anymore. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, I go onto his page and there's 20 videos on it. Every day, 2-3 hour live streams. Same stuff over and over and over again. He seems a bit possessed. Possessed and obsessed. And the victim's family, Shanann, have asked him to stop, as far as I know, numerous times. I think there was legal action against him for a book. And he still won't stop. How uncomfortable is that? You're covering a true crime case. The victim's family are saying you're wrong. You're causing us additional pain. Please stop. And you don't. You keep going. Every day. Every day. It's just a bit crazy to me. It's coming up now to 4 years. And he's still going. If he does a video on something else, it doesn't get the views that his Chris Watts videos get. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's just about money. I don't know. If nothing happens in the Summer case, are we going to have people like this in 3 years' time? I think it's probably inevitable. We all have gone a bit mad consuming this content as part of our daily routines. It's part of our lives now. Have you ever been watching some content on the Summer Wells case down a rabbit hole somewhere, and next thing someone not following the case comes into a room and asks you about it? And I find it very hard to explain why I'm watching a 6-hour live stream on Benny Keys play a recorded phone call from himself and Tim Mullen, and then trying to explain who these people are. Jose Roman, Dudley, Ali, Rose Bly, the Sherfies, Jody Sue, Andy, the list goes on and on. I think we've all gone a bit mad. I think we've all gone a bit loopy. Where does it stop? What are we all going to do when Michelle stops making daily videos on Summer? And you need to get that fixed, because Michelle will stop talking about this eventually. She will. She'll move on. She's not going to turn in. She's not going to be talking about this in 5 years. Are you all going to go somewhere else to consume your daily content? What will those content creators be like? How careful are they going to be with the information they have? What sort of narratives are they going to push or dispel? It's just a bit scary how normalised the crazy has gotten in this case. I don't want Michelle to go anywhere for a long time yet, because if she does, I don't trust who's going to take her place for the daily Summer Wells content, because people need their fix. It's part of your morning. It's part of your daily routine now. You need your fix of Summer Wells. I'm probably worse than anyone. Every day I look for content. Every day I look for new pieces of information, any updates on anything. Imagine if we were to add up the hours of content that we have consumed. I haven't watched a movie in months because I'm like, 2 hours is way too long for me to commit to. But yet I'll jump on a Summer Wells live stream for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. It's nuts. I don't know. I really caught myself in the moment when I was listening to that 30-40 minutes of the 7-hour live stream yesterday. I was like, what am I doing listening to this crap? And I turned it off and I went for a walk. Caught up on a few podcasts that I'm listening to that I didn't listen to in a while for half the walk, and just listened to the birds singing, chirping for the other half. And I felt really good after it. And I suggest others do the same. Or at very least, think twice before you start listening to a 6-hour live stream. Is this a good use of your time? Is there information here that is valuable? If the answer is no, don't listen. Go for a walk. Do your laundry. Play with your kids. Listen to a nice podcast. Listen to West Cork if you haven't. Most of us already have SW syndrome, so be careful not to get IKB syndrome if you are. And if anyone does have any good recommendations for some true crime podcasts or true crime documentaries, can you let me know in the comments? I still need my true crime fix. And obviously I'm still going to keep up to date with anything relevant in the Summer Wells case. But the days of consuming a 6-7 hour live stream when I know after 30 minutes it's nonsense are gone. I can't do it anymore. It's not healthy. Let me know any recommendations in the comments, please. Thank you. Good luck. God bless. Have a good day.